The city of Glendale is set to pay the Coyotes about $6.5 million per year for the next 2 years. While the Sun Devils have played 2 games at Gila River Arena in Glendale, their home arena is here at Oceanside. Turf Paradise will be celebrating its 60th opening weekend this coming Saturday, October 17th. With the increase of information available, there's also been an increase in problems. Recently, both FanDuel and DraftKings have been accused of using insider information to bet on competitors' websites. Demario Richard has had over 100 all-purpose yards in every game he's played in so far this year, except for one. For the first time in Arizona history, a Valley resident is expected to be the #1 overall draft pick in any of the 4 major professional sports. According to the NFL Players Association, 25 of the 32 NFL teams were represented in the top 50 jersey sales. After averaging only 0.9 yards per rushing attempt against Texas A&M, Hayes says he has quite a bit of improving to do before the team's next game. Welcome to Cronkite Sports on Fox Sports Arizona. I'm Rebecca Winn.
And I'm Mauricio Casillas.
Welcome back to Cronkite Sports on Fox Sports Arizona.
2 brothers from Bellflower, California were some of the best high school wrestlers the state had ever seen. And now both are at Arizona State, hoping to take Sun Devil wrestling back to the pinnacle of the sport. Reporter Torrance Dunham has the story. USA Hockey's annual report also said that national participation in the sport is up nearly 16% in the last 10 years.
Well, that's it for now for all of us here at Cronkite Sports on Fox Sports Arizona. I'm Mauricio Casillas.
And I'm Rebecca Winn. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rebecca Winn for Devil's Digest, here with publisher Hood Rubino. I'm Rebecca Winn for Devil's Digest, here with Gary Chambers, following Wednesday's practice. Utah has already had 12 interceptions. What have you seen on film from their secondary, and what can you expect? And again, with publisher Hood Rubino, I'm Rebecca Winn for Devil's Digest. As over 1,000 members of the media jammed the U.S. Airways Arena for Super Bowl 49 Media Day, they were serenaded by the sounds of the Arizona State University Marching Band. But they weren't the only members of the Pac-12 Conference who were there representing.
We have a lot of Pac-12 athletes here, and we're just happy to be on the stage and have an opportunity to play this game.
You get to really just see the type of players we have. We have a lot of, talented players, athletic players, players who are really, doing a good job, not just, here in the Super Bowl, but just in the NFL alone. And just show the type of talent we have in the Pac-12.
Obviously a lot of pride for our conference, the Pac, and, obviously more for the Ducks. I mean, love my alma mater and I love our conference.
The winner off the field is the Patriots, with 10 active players hailing from the Pac-12, while the Seahawks have 8 alumni from the conference.
Took a lot of pride in playing in the Pac-12, Pac-10 back when I was playing, but just thankful for the opportunity to represent them.
Obviously, we've been to we made it all the way to the national championship, so we didn't win it, but we made it there. The Pac-12 is a tough conference.
I'm excited to be playing in this game, excited to be representing my Bruins, and hopefully we have a good game on Sunday.
Phoenix has been selected to host the 2016 College Football Playoff National Championship game, and for the first time ever, they'll be hosting the Final 4 games in 2017. But the Valley is expecting a higher return than some other host cities around the country. The Final 4 games are returning to the West Coast for the first time in 20 years, and will be hosted in the Valley for the first time ever. That not only means new visitors to the area, but those visitors will also have more time to spend at local restaurants and businesses.
Because of our time zone, the games will actually be over earlier, and so fans will spill back out and go out and eat and go to bars, and just the nightlife I think will be larger on Saturday than normal at in other cities. So that just means that people are out spending more of their disposable income here in the Valley.
Brad Wright, the co-chair of the Arizona Organizing Committee for the 2016 College Football Playoff National Championship game, said their focus is also on creating a sustainable funding source for all of these mega events.
So our committee is focused on both the immediate economic impact from this game, but long-term residual economic impact for years to come.
The last 4 BCS National Championship games that Phoenix hosted, the city saw an additional $642 million. With the upcoming College Football Playoff National Championship game, as well as the Final 4 being hosted here, they hope to not only see that number increase, but also the overall economic impact on the city increase.
The goals are multifold. One is that we're able to connect with local businesses and help drive their business and show some return to them. And the second is just an opportunity to highlight Arizona and strengthen our economy. As we saw with the Super Bowl, we had companies that we were able to secure to come here to the Valley and move to the region. So it's just definitely a way to spur economic development for the region.
Phoenix will be the first city ever to host the Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, College Football Playoff National Championship game, and the Final 4 in consecutive years. In Phoenix, Rebecca Winn, Cronkite News.
Last 2 years, the state has seen the biggest growth in the nation among states that actually have a NHL team, and it's about third in total.
According to USA Hockey, youth hockey in Arizona has grown nearly 180% since 2010. One reason for the large increase is attributed to the Arizona Coyotes actively trying to introduce the sport to youth in the Valley.
We go out to schools and we take over PE classes for a day and we teach them street hockey, and kids can't tell you how many times they don't know who the Coyotes are, especially the younger ones. When Howler comes, they think he's Baxter. The more and more we've been doing this, when we saw 32,000 kids last year doing that program, and a lot of kids are starting to understand the sport more. They're starting to know who the Coyotes are.
For the first time in Arizona history, a Valley resident is expected to be the #1 overall draft pick in any of the 4 major professional sports. Scottsdale's Austin Matthews is projected to be the #1 pick in this upcoming NHL draft. Matthews is just another example of how far the sport has come in the state.
It's big for us. I got a boy that plays, and I got some friends that have kids that play, and their kids are enjoying it. And obviously Austin Matthews, as being a product of the Valley, it's big for him to be getting drafted high, and it's always exciting.
The number that we have seen in 2 years of growth since ownership has been locked down here is we went from less than 5,000 kids, I think 4,300 kids, somewhere around there, registered in 2 years ago, to 5,200 the following year, to 7,200 this year.
It's not just youth hockey that is seeing an increase in numbers either. Participation in adult hockey between 2013 and 2014 also increased nearly 18%.
Youth hockey has grown significantly the last few years. Adult hockey has grown even more than youth hockey. With the economy picking up here in Phoenix and a lot more people moving to town from the north, adult hockey's really grown. Adults start families, families have kids, and those kids are getting into hockey.
The Arizona Coyotes continue to partner with the 5 ice rinks around the Valley to provide free equipment and lessons to introduce both ice and street hockey to youth and adults. In Phoenix, Rebecca Winn, Cronkite News.